Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the YHWH and the Torah channel. And we are hanging with you guys, and we are very happy to hang with you guys. And we thank you guys for hanging with us. We appreciate all of you. We consider all of you guys our family, and we hope that you guys would consider us your family. And we love you. And their Messiah says that anybody who keeps the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator is our family. And so if you guys are Torah keepers out there, which I know a lot of you guys are, and for anybody who is not a Torah keeper, I would certainly like to encourage you to start reading the Torah. And for those who do not know what the Torah is, it is the first 5 books of the Bible. It is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. It is inside of those books that we figure out exactly what the heart, mind, and soul of our Creator is, and how He wants us to live, how He wants us to operate, how He wants us to keep rolling. Now, today is going to be a little bit different because yesterday we had some crazy stuff happen. And so this is a good time that we're going to kind of break down a little bit about our life, a little bit about our world. And a couple things, as I get old and age, there's a few things that I would not recommend people to ever do. One is you should never get a pit bull dog, never get a pit bull pack. You should never get more than probably 3 dogs in your life at the same time. That's just one thing you shouldn't do. Another thing you shouldn't do, unless you're very, very careful, is probably move to a tropical jungle of Panama. We call it, it's a little South American place. It is we've been here, we are going on our 9th year, is what Miss Nicole told me today. And so we came as a bunch of city slickers, and we have turned ourselves into probably city slicker hillbillies. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's probably what we have turned ourselves into. And it's just a wild thing. Now, before I go into the stories, let me tell you, the whole point of this video is we are actually going to have you guys help us choose the book we're going to start reading tomorrow. So we don't know what it is. We all discussed a little bit. We couldn't figure it out. I can't figure it out. We've done so many different books. We just don't know. So we're going to discuss that here in just a second. Until that time, let's talk quickly about our cows. And going from city slickers, I grew up on a farm. And our farm, we grew crops. We didn't grow cows. We didn't grow animals. That's what ranchers do. And so we came down here, and for about mostly the time that we've been down here, we've had a cow. We got a milk cow right when we first got here, a milk cow and her baby. And that milk cow led us to more cows that we have. And right now we have 4 cows. We literally used to have 20-some cows starting in the year 2020. And then we had some crazy thing where they all just died on us. Every single cow we had ended up dying. It was absolutely crazy the way it was. And it was one of those things that you can always look back and you can always say, wow, the hand of Hasatan is obviously trying to take us. And that's one of the things that in these stories that we're going to talk to you guys about, let's talk about good and evil. And yesterday, we started out the day, and a lot of you guys, thank you very, very, very much. We're praying for us, for our cows, for our trying to find these things. They ran away. We had no idea where they are. It was like 3 days since we'd seen these things last. And we're in the middle of a jungle. Now, jungle life is very different. Some of the jungle is probably 7-8 feet tall. You can't get through it. And I'll let some of the boys describe a little bit of their adventures yesterday as we go through this. But the jungle is a very hostile environment. And it is something that we have 30 acres down here. And you wouldn't know we have 30 acres because you can't see beyond maybe, 300, 400 feet tops. And then it turns into jungle. And the only 300, 400 feet that we can see is what we've cut down that we live around and we keep down. And if we don't keep it down, then it would grow up all around us. Right out our front porch would be 6 feet, 7 feet grass and weeds and jungle life. And so yesterday we took off in the beginning of the day. And as we talked with you guys, we decided we had better do, out of faith for Yah, we had better do YHWH and the Torah. And so we did YHWH and the Torah. And then the day began. And we started looking everywhere. Where's your guys' adventure? Where did it begin, Jade?
I started on land.
Okay.
Walking around, looking around all the ones we've parted off. We have a top part, and we are at the bottom. We live at the bottom part, and there's a big right part. So it's pretty much half the land.
Yeah, and so when 30 acres of jungle, it's fairly large, and so that was our first mission. Is we all went locally Actually, who didn't go locally? Cade didn't go locally. We started going locally, trying to hunt these 30 acres and hunt these cows. And when the thing is, when there's 4, usually it's not too hard to find the cows because you'll catch one, and they're usually around in a herd. And all you got to do is catch one of the 4. Never caught anything. We looked and we looked and we looked. Jade went down. He looked all the way. You looked on the one side first?
One side, yeah, for a long time there, and then I went to the other side of the land.
And then the day before, Eli was out again, previously looking for the cows. Before we decided they were gone, he was out looking in the same area. No cows. We can't find any cows. So Caden goes out yesterday, and he's going on the outside of the land. And jungle life, as I've said, is extremely hostile. But it's not just jungle life, because there is, I don't know, I would say it's like a couple miles from us. There is a dump. And it is where the trash dump, where you take all your trash and you do various things. Years ago, we had one of our couple of bad cows, and these things wandered like miles away. Like these things just wandered. They wandered miles down this thing, miles down a road, miles away, and we found them like walking on like a cement road way out far away from us. And we don't have cement roads near us, and so that was a long journey for these cows. And so Cade's all up there. He goes looking up in this thing. How did that go first? Where'd you go first?
First, I went there's like several paths. I went down the path where the people go, where they go steal your cows.
The people that steal our cows, that's the path we took. Okay.
That's where I ended up.
Okay, and so you made it there, and we're sitting here, and Miss Nicole is convinced the cows are walking miles away. She's like, they've just, and there's 4 of them. There's an old one, and it goes all the way down to the young one. And the young one is what, 6 months old?
Yeah,
8 months old. And so we're talking about a set of cows that would walk through 6 feet, 7 feet of grass all the way down there. And I didn't think it was there. I'm like, well, this might be a bad idea. And in fact, I knew it was a bad idea. But regardless, I went and I took Cade. We took the truck. And again, our country is in a little bit of distress right now. There's no food, there's no gasoline, there's no propane. There people are shooting each other. It's getting really, really wild. And our country, just on that point, is mad at the government, who signed away a contract for a mine that was 75% of their exports. And they gave it to all their crony buddies in Canada and all the New World Order guys and everybody. And our country said, forget this. And they took chainsaws and they cut down trees and stuck rocks in the road. And they've essentially, we're over a month now, shut down everything. Like there's nothing coming in. The only stuff that's coming in, people are able to float it to various points on various docks and get it in. But as far as the main entry, there's nothing. And so this country is in a state of massive insanity, which would make sense that all of our cows would be stolen. And as we're talking throughout the day, we talked to another neighbor way, way down the road. And he's like, yeah, 7 of one neighbors and 5 of the other neighbors, something like that, they've all been stolen. They're just all gone. So that's the info that we have. And so I take Cade a long ways away, and I drop him off at the top of this dump. And it's a long walk back through jagged, crazy stuff. And he didn't exactly know where he was going, and I didn't exactly know where he was going on that. So I cut back here. And we are everybody's out looking for the cows. We assumed that Cade was on the road and just walking the road looking for the cows like it should normally be. But somehow Cade got off onto the not narrow path. And I guess, Cade, I haven't even heard the full story from exactly where you were walking, what you experienced, how it was. But we literally almost lost Cade. Cade almost lost his life yesterday on the adventure of these cows. And it came very, very close. And when you have these situations, number one, it puts everything into perspective. Very, very, very much. All of a sudden, all of our cows, everything that we have, that we've had for like 7 years, that we've been trying on some of these, when you have the possibility that somebody's life is going to be ended, or that they were in a situation where they nearly died, that just changes everything. And so, Kate, tell us a little bit about your your walk, the walk where you went, and how it went down.
So you dropped me off, and from last time the cows been out, I was like, what? It's been like 3-4 months. It's been a while. So everything's grown up now. There's like no path. Nobody's walked. Nobody's cut anything down.
Yeah, and literally in the jungle, it takes 3 months, and everything grows up. You could cut down the entire land, and inside of 3 months, you'll have no idea what you cut down.
And so I'm walking a path where I was dropped off by this like on the outside of this dump of this landfill thing, and I'm walking the path, and I'm sitting there going through the bushes looking for the cows, looking for where they might be, and then I tripped in the bushes and like fell. It was I think it was like 15-20 feet down like this like cliff thing, and ended up in like water, like really deep water under like a whole bunch of trash. Apparently, it's like when I came back up, I was like in water under the thing
In a pool inside of a landfill full of trash. Like what you thought, 20 feet, 20 feet.
It was very deep. It was very deep.
And he was in rubber boots as well. And
I was not in any swimming gear. I was in like heavy duty clothes. I was in like rubber boots.
Did you have long sleeves on?
I had long sleeves.
Long sleeve, yeah. To get out there, I mean, you were fully clothed down in the water, and so he's down. Fell down this thing. He's all scraped up too. His knees are all scraped up. He came back literally looking like he had just experienced death. And so go ahead. You fell down into this. You were what, 10 feet in the water? You can't get out. The boots are pulling you down in the water.
I finally was able to fight my way up to where I was no longer under the water, and I was able to sit there and get on top of some trash and then a car bumper and swim on to the nearest wall of it, the cliff, and I basically had to scale the cliff out of there. So I didn't because there's no other way out. It was just it was high. There was no other path out. Everything else was just a giant wall around me of water. So I scale it out of there.
What were you thinking at that point? Did you think that was the end, or did you think it was over?
For a minute, I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was I'm this might be it. This might be end. But I was afraid that nobody's gonna be able to find me. So you guys are gonna be in mystery forever. Because where I was at, and I don't think anyone would have found me.
Yeah.
I would be underwater, under trash. I mean, nobody's gonna look in the middle of the dump to find.
Yeah, in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of a dump to find a body for sure. Okay, so did you feel? Was there any? I mean, I think that there was how you described getting out of there. It seemed to me like there was messengers that. I don't know. I don't know if you saved your life or if messengers saved your life in this. A lot of times around here in this jungle, we have things that are obviously messengers that are doing things. You can see it when they stop the fire several times. I can't. What are the messenger times that we had?
Calm the dogs down.
When we've had dog fights, when we used to have 10 dogs and we had 5 dogs in it at one point and we're all cut up. That's times we had messengers. So you were down in the water and you scaled the wall. You got up out of there, and the thing is, he completely went under with we have 2-way radios that are Motorola's that we took from the States. They're really, really super good. That we lit. It's life or death. That one may or may not be dead. Not a big deal. Cade's phone was in there. What the miracle was, I guess the miracle is that Miss Nicole got a call, and through Telegram. And it was Cade, and we could barely hear him, and he was just gasping for air. We didn't know what was going on. We immediately dispatched Jade on a run, on a dead sprint run. We didn't know what had happened or anything of the sort. But the fact that Cade was actually able to submerge his phone and the comm and himself and get out of there, and still, after that was all in the water, still be able to make that call, that is a miracle. That seems like a miracle to me. And so, at that point, after Cade made it in the water, we got him home and got him showered, and a couple times it was just he was obviously it was not a good place. So we're very, very grateful to Yah that he is alive. And then I dispatched the other 2 boys out to another section to an old neighbor we used to have this gone, and we thought the cows maybe jumped his land. So these guys are in this, and Eli's messaging back through the comm that he's in brush. Tell me about your brush over there, Eli. Tell me about the last little bit of that where you got stuck and you couldn't figure out where you were. And there's another cliff on the other side where Eli was, and after Cade had just fallen from that and rolled down at 15 feet and then 20 feet into water, I was starting to trip. I was like, you know what? Forget these cows. These cows can all die. I don't care about the cows. They can all go away. I'm done with the cows. I'm done. So I told Eli, tell me about your brush, your lost pit over there, the last pit of this.
So it's like a bunch of like brush, bushes, vines, like just everything together. Like
How tall is this?
7 to 8 feet tall.
This is over you, right?
Oh yeah.
You were stuck. You couldn't even get out of them.
It was really hard to like just push through them because I didn't have a machete or anything. So I was trying to just like blow through them because it was so much that I had to like push them down basically.
Didn't your dad tell you to take a machete?
No.
No?
No.
Did nobody else hear?
I had a machete.
Yeah, who else heard about a machete? I told you guys all take machetes. You need to listen to your pops. Now, continue on.
Yeah, there's just like a brush everywhere. I just couldn't get through like anywhere. All I could see was the sky and bushes.
So basically, Jade was over there with him, and they played the yelling game. And finally, Eli was able to make it out. And that was the point. I was like, you know what? Forget the cows. I am thankful that we just have our lives. And these stupid cows, we've had these things, and they when they run away in the jungle, it is insane trying to find them. And I was done. And so the boys are walking back, and as the boys are walking back, what happens, Jade?
Right at the very bottom of our land, I spot the cows. They were right there. They were just
On our land. The same place that Eli had looked the day before.
I had looked.
The same place that Jaden had looked. All around, and it's not a big part down where they were looking that the cows were at. So it's obvious. And so they grabbed the cows. They brought the cows back. We have these things locked in here, and I'm going to lock these things in. I'm going to find a truck, take them into an auction someplace down here, and we're going to get some goats. We're going to get something that doesn't run away like this and doesn't like. It's not such a brutal thing because we've had it with the cows, and at the cost of somebody's life, we're just not. I'm not going to do this anymore. And so anyway, that was just a day's adventure in Boss Clan. And that may seem like something like, wow, that's crazy. But we have these crazy things like all the time. There's always something here in this jungle that is very dangerous. And so that is that. And so thank you to everybody who was praying. Thank you to everybody who was this. And I will have to say, without a shadow of a doubt, I completely failed the test. I was definitely an unkodesh person. I definitely was not happy with any part of the day, with any part of the cows gone. And if this was a trial of is Hasatan able to completely manipulate things and crush things, I failed to him. He almost got my kid killed. And I am extremely grateful that he is still with us, that everybody's still with us. And it's just the hand of Hasatan is real. The power of tribulation and trials is real. And, you know, when we went out there and both these guys scoured the area for these cows and were unable to find any one of the four in this little itty bitty area, I'm guessing the cows were hidden by Satan, that he was attempting to get Caden killed and trying to divide this family, trying to crush us. And so he was unable to. He came very, very close. I keep thanking Yah that Cade is saved and that these cows, it was a good ending at the end, but it was definitely a test and tribulation. So we'll throw that out there and let you guys have that. And then let's get into the meat and potatoes of actually why we are here today. And this is it right here. And we're going to go off this list of books from Yah. All right, so now to the meat and potatoes. I just ran out of space. I had to delete some stuff, like always. Here it is. This is what we're going to figure out. Now, we're going to put a poll on the Yahoo and the Torah after we go through and discuss this, because I want to figure this out. Gentlemen, we're going to start at the top of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. We've done this so many times. I don't know so much as we need to blast in the Torah. Jade, you had a vote yesterday for Joshua. You want to start at Joshua. All right, everybody give me your picks on what we have and why you would want to read what it is. And let's get a list of things. And so Joshua is Jaden's first one. Jade, why did you want to go through YHWH?
A few reasons. One, we never have read it on YouTube. We have never gone over it. We've done the Torah, but we never read what comes after that. So it'd be nice to continue on the story and try to get a chronologically ordered story.
Okay, do you have anything? Any particular books? So right now we're through Judges. Eli, do you have anything in the Old Testament you would like to read that just calling to you, that's just saying, Eli, read me?
I don't think anything in the Old Testament.
Nothing in the Old Testament? All right. So nobody else has anything. Mr. Cole, do you have any vote or anything in the Old Testament? So the only one that we had anything in the Old Testament was Jade. Okay. Eli, New Testament, or anybody in the New Testament. Starting on Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We've read these with YouTube many times. We've gone over these many times.
I think we've done most of the New Testament.
Yeah, we've done most of the New Testament.
I think you've done them all.
Yeah, I think we have everything. Yeah, I think we have because we did all of Paul's stuff. All right, is anybody here have any vote, anything on the New Testament? Anybody have anything, Carl? Mystical. Okay, nothing there. Okay, next. Okay, we've gone over them before. Adam and Eve. We've done them before, but these are our final things. We have Adam and Eve, Enoch. We just did writings of Abraham. We did the order of the ancients. We have done not as a family, but we have done as individuals. We've all read. I think I read this on YouTube. All of the kids, all of the kids of Yaakov. Right, and so we have all those. We also have editions of Psalms, letter of Yirmiyahu, the wisdom of Sirach, Manasseh, Tobit. I think we've read Tobit before. I think did we read Yahudith?
No.
I don't think so.
You like Yahudith?
That's what I was going to
Oh,
say.
okay. Cade is for Yahudith. We have Shoshana, Azariah, Bel and the Dragon, Hadassah. My vote was for the Esdras, either first Esdras, or actually it would be first Esdras, and read through that because this would be technically, if you wanted in line, it would be like third Ezra and fourth Ezra if you had that. But because of the way it's actually like first and second Ezra, which is weird. Okay, and we also have Maccabees 1 and 2, the book of John. We've already read the book of John. We also read the book of Nazarene. All right, so Cade, you were for Yahudith. Eli,
Have we done Jubilees?
I don't think we've ever done Jubilees. I don't think we've ever done Jubilees before. So we have Jubilees. Jubilees is not, and I thought about Jubilees as well. Jubilees is possibly a good one. Anyone? So, Cade, do you have anything other than Yahudith, Judith? Is there anything that would just, anybody's fascination tripped, everybody wants to read this as a group?
We read Baruch, right?
We did. I think we have.
Baruch is really good too.
I think we did Baruch and also the Prayer of Azariah or the Prayer of Manasseh. One of those two.
So give me two. Everybody give me two. And then we're going to put it to a thing and see what everybody out there says.
Oh, 2 books?
Give me 2 books that you want. If you only have one, that's fine. You are for Joshua? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Jade's is Joshua. No more? That's the one you want to do?
I don't think anything else.
Okay.
Besides that.
Okay. Eli, what's yours?
Jubilees, I think I don't have any others.
Jubilees. All right. So we'll put that on there. We'll put Joshua. We'll put Jubilees. We'll put Yahudith. And we'll put First Ezra.
I was
Mine.
going to say First Ezra and Jubilees would be my 2 picks.
Okay, so First Jubilees and Ezra is what we would pick. And so what we will do, guys, is in the description below, I think I will leave a link to the actual poll, I think, if I can do that. And if you guys...
The community post, right?
Yeah, it's in the community post. Yeah, it's under community post and under a poll. So, guys, if you guys want to give us what your thoughts are on this, we would gladly have them. And those are our 4 options. And so before tomorrow, we will figure out which one of them is for us. And with that, guys, we will drop off and we will say we love you guys very, very much. Thanks to everybody who keeps us in your prayers. We love you all very much. Have a wonderful day. We are out.
All right. Shalom.